grade 8. Here I'll be teaching you first the sum of interior angles of a triangle. The sum of interior angles of a triangle. Sum of interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. 180 degrees. When it comes to any triangle, the triangle could be a smaller one, greater one. Although it changes the size of the triangle, it does not change the sum of interior angles of a triangle. Okay, so the sum of interior angles, of a triangle is 180 degrees. Think of this one. This is 60 degrees. This is 40 degrees. This should be 80 degrees. 60 plus 60 degrees plus 40 degrees plus 80 degrees equals to 180 degrees. Sum of interior angles of any triangle is 180 degrees. So this can be proved that, the way of proving it is you could see in your, that has given in your textbook. Anyway, right now what you need to do in terms of doing these questions, you need to know that, you need to gain this knowledge of maths that the sum of interior angles of any triangle is 180 degrees. So the unknown term is x here. This is 60. This is 80 degrees. How can you get the sum of the value of x here? Find x. How can you get the value of x here? You could set up an equation so as to get the value of x here. X plus 60 degrees plus 80 degrees equals to 180 degrees. Then 60 plus 80, the sum is 60 plus 80, 140. X plus 140 degrees equals to 180 degrees. Generally, we write equal signs in this sense. So, from both sides, you could subtract 140 here. Then, the answer of value of x here is really 40. Then, 40 plus 140 equals to 180 degrees. This can be taken, the value of x can be taken mathematically that, from both sides here plus 140. Therefore, you could subtract from both sides 140. 180 minus 140. You would subtract this value and this value. You could simplify, you can cancel out. So 180 minus 140 is 40. The value of x here is 40 degrees. The second question here, how to get the value of a here? Here a, here 50 degrees. How can you get the value of a here? Previously, I taught you that the sum of interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. We can get the value of a here, that's writing that a plus 50 degrees equals to 180 degrees. Okay, so a plus a means 1a plus 1a is 2a. 2a plus 50 degrees equals to 180 degrees. 180 degrees. Just try to do this question. You could pause the video and just try to get the value of a here. Eventually, you could check your taken answer with my answer. Okay, that's the art of learning these types of lessons, right? So you are learning virtually. Therefore, just you could do it really. You could pause the video, clip, and you could check your answer, and eventually you could check with your answer and my answer. That's the art of learning. So 2a plus 50 degrees equals to 180 degrees. 2a equals 180 degrees. This plus 2a. Then from both sides you could subtract 50 here. 2a plus 50. Here plus 50. Therefore you could subtract 50 from both sides. You could subtract 50. Then this side, from this side as well, you could subtract 50. Right now you could simplify this plus 50 and minus 50. Then 2a equals to 180 minus 50 is 130 degrees. From both sides you could divide 2. Then this side by 2, this side by 2. So a equals to 130 degrees over 2 is 65 degrees. So how do you do this one? So this is x, this is x, this one also x. How to get the value of x here? The value of x can be taken, you know that the sum of interior angles of any triangle is 180 degrees. Okay, so x plus x equals to 180 degrees. So the value of x can be taken here, that here 1x, 1x, 1x. 1x plus 1x, 2x, 2x plus x is 3x. 3x equals to 180 degrees. Right now here 3, therefore you could divide both sides by 3. Then this 3 and this 3 can be cancelled out. Then 180 degrees over 3 is 60 degrees. The value of x is 60 degrees. So this is the basic knowledge that you need to obtain in terms of solving these types of questions. So how to find the value of y here? This is 35. How to get the value of y here? The value of y can be taken here, y plus 90 degrees plus, this means 90, this is 90 degrees, here is right angle. So y plus 90 degrees plus 35 degrees equals to 180 degrees. So 90 plus 35 equals to then 125. So 125. Y plus 125 degrees equals to 180 degrees. Right now, how do we do this one? From both sides, you could subtract 125 here plus 125. Therefore, you could subtract 125 from both sides. Then 125. You could subtract 125 from both sides. So 180 minus 125. Now this plus 125 and minus 125 can be cancelled out. Then 180 degrees minus 125, you could borrow 1, then this becomes 10 to minus 5 is 7 minus 2 is 5. The answer is 55 degrees. The value of y is 55. So how to do this type of question? How can you do this type of question really? This is y 90, this is y, this is 40 degrees, yes, this is x, this is 60 degrees. How to get the values of really this type of question you will be able to see in your textbook as well. So how to get the value of x and y here, right? X and y here. Really, in terms of getting the value of y, x and y, first of all you must get the value of y here, otherwise you won't be able to get the value of x as well here. The reason I'll show you. Just observe closely. There are two triangles here. So I will name this one as A, B, C, D and E. So you could see here the triangle ABC. This is 90. So this is 40. This is x. Just consider right now, just you consider the triangle ABC. I have written this triangle here, the triangle ABC here, ABC. Considering the triangle ABC, you are able to get the value of x here. You can get the value of x here. How do you get the value of x here? X can be taken considering the triangle ABC. A few minutes ago we learned that the sum of interior angles of any triangle, that's 180 degrees. So we could set up an equation considering this one. X plus 40 degrees plus 90 degrees equals 180 degrees. Instantly you can't see this relation really, then you are able to get the value of, here y, yeah? This is not x here really. This should be y here. It has given this unknown term as y here, right? So y plus 40 plus 90 equals to 180 degrees. So y can be taken, then y plus, then 40 plus 90 is 130 equals to 180 degrees. From both sides you could subtract 130. So plus 130, from this side you could subtract 130 from this side as well. So you could simplify 180 minus 130 is 50 degrees. So the value of y you can get as 50 degrees. Now you taken the value of y as 50 degrees. Right now, how can we get the value of x here? The value of x also can be taken using the previous use method. What is the use method previous? You know, right now you could see already we've taken here a, e and c. We've taken the value, we need to get this value. We've taken the angle a as o, value of y as 50 degrees here. This is 50 degrees. So this is 50 degrees, this is 60 degrees. So that one has given, this angle has given as 60 degrees. So right now you could set up an equation writing as x plus 60 degrees plus 50 degrees equals to 180 degrees. So x plus 50 degrees plus 60 degrees equals to 180 degrees. Reason is sum of interior angles of triangle is 180. 50 plus 60 is 110 equals 180 degrees. You know, really no need of writing this one, just so as to understand, so that you can get the proper idea. Just I drawn that triangle here. Then x plus 110 degrees equals 180 degrees. From both sides you would subtract 110. That 110 minus 110 equals 180 minus 110. So x equals 180 minus 110 is sub 180 degrees. The value of x is sub 180 degrees. So this type of question you will be able to see in your textbook. Okay, so do the exercises, do the sums that you could see in your textbook. Then you can become an expert, right? Instead of doing 2 or 3 questions, just try to do all the questions that you could find in your textbook. Okay, so right now you know that the sum of interior angles of any triangle that's 180 degrees, and the other point that is given in your textbook is sum of interior angles of a quadrilateral. Quadrilateral is a plane figure which is, you know, it's having 4 sides. Closed figure having 4 sides. Closed plane figure having 4 sides is a quadrilateral. You know, really, what's the sum of interior angles of a quadrilateral? What's the sum of interior angles of a quadrilateral? Sum of interior angles of a quadrilateral. You know, how many triangles are there in a quadrilateral? Here is a one triangle, the other triangle. Right? We learned that the sum of interior angles of a triangle that's 180 degrees. So, the sum of interior angles of this triangle is 180 degrees. Sum of interior angles of this triangle is 180 degrees, which means this angle plus this angle plus this angle 180 degrees. This angle plus this angle plus this angle 180 degrees. So there are 2 triangles in this quadrilateral. So 180 plus 180 is 360. So when it comes to quadrilaterals, the sum of interior angles of any quadrilateral is 360 degrees. Sum of interior angles of any quadrilateral is 360 degrees. So we can get the value of x here. Here x, here 120. These values are given, right? This is 90. This is 80 degrees. You can get the value of x here. The question is find x. How do you get the value of x here? X can be taken right in these values, that x plus 120 degrees plus, right, 90 degrees plus 80 degrees equals to 360 degrees. So 120 plus 90 is 210 plus 80, 290. When you add these values, you could get the answer as 290 degrees equals to 360 degrees. From both sides, like we did previous, we could subtract from both sides 290 degrees. When you do so, you could get the value of x, that you could simplify this to, then 360 minus 90 is 16 minus 9 is sub 1. So the answer is 70 degrees. The value of x you could get as 70 degrees. This is the method of getting an unknown term of when you are given the interior angles of a quadrilateral. In terms of obtaining an unknown term of a quadrilateral, it should be taken this equation. Okay, so setting up an equation equals to 360 degrees, it's able to get unknown terms of a quadrilateral. Okay, so this one. How to get the value of x here? This is 100 degrees, this is 80 degrees. So just what you need to do, you need to pause the video and just try to get the value of x right now. Then you could realize this lesson really properly. So right now I will be doing this one as well. Find the value of x here, then x plus x plus 80 degrees plus 100. These two values can be changed, right? So I mean 80 and 100 equals 380 degrees. So x plus x is 2x, 80 plus 100 is 180, 80 plus 100 is 180 equals 360 degrees. Now 2x, you can use knowledge of equations to get the value of x here. From both sides you could subtract 180, 360 minus 180. Now you can simplify this plus 80 and minus 80. Then 2x equals 180. Now both sides you could divide using 2, here 2. So the value of x you could get as 90 degrees. The value of x here. So you know the sum of interior angles of any quadrilateral, that 360 degrees. When you are given to find the unknown terms of a quadrilateral, what you need to do, you need to set up an equation, right? So after setting up the equation equals to 360 degrees, it's able to get the unknown term or unknown terms of the quadrilateral.